Hello everyone. Welcome back to another reading from Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. We're going to try to get through this one. Papa's a little under the weather right now. You might be able to tell from his voice. But let's see how far we can get. Today's reading is Marvel Comics Group featuring Weird World, number 30. It was 38 cents back in 1977. This was written by Doug Munch and Mike Plug. Don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. All right, let's see how far we can get into this one. For those who thrilled to J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, an all-new adventure into epic fantasy, John Tyndall's quest to the heart of evil and beyond in search of the mystic dragon's blood. The Lord of Tyndall's quest. That's it. The shrine must be. Where else in this small core of light would they hide the heart of evil? And that's left. All that's left is to go down and slay the heart, thus ridding WeirdWorld of the Night Fangers and all the other monsters which prey upon the innocent. And thus Tyndall of Clan, the most innocent of all, sets his mind. With plucky courage and a sword in hand, Tyndall enters the mouth of the dead monster he calls an evil shrine. There, is that the heart of evil? No, it's just a spider, one of the monsters from which I must deliver WeirdWorld. But up ahead, surely that must be the dreaded heart. And sure enough, nestled among Grosma's webbing where the heart of Leviathan once beat. It's awful bright and shiny to be so evil. Nevertheless, Tyndall raises his sword for the fatal slash. And, it's cracking like an egg. And there's something inside, hatching. Sparklich? It's a girl with pointed ears. Just like me. Oh, so sleepy. Oh, who are you? And be quick with the answer if you don't want to taste the point of my blade. Me? Why, I am Valenia. I think I mean, if my memory is right, yes, I'm Valena. Valena of Clarn. Tyndall of Clarn. Then I'm not alone here. On WeirdWorld, I'm not the only one of my kind. You see, I'm from Clarn too. Tyndall of Clarn. Why, that's wonderful. I'm just like you. Yes, and I think I'm beginning to see why they wanted me to slay you. Slay me? But who wanted you to do that? The dwarf elders of WeirdWorld. It was they who sent me here. Last night's attack by the hideous Night Fangers is the last outrage this village can tolerate. I'll tell you, we must send someone to slay the heart of evil and rid our land of the terrible monsters and the terrible evils which infest it. Aye, we're all agreed on that score, but who shall we send? Answer us that one if you can. Who? Yes, a very good question. Who shall we send? Why, we'll send him, of course, Tyndall of Clarn. Aye, a good choice. He's different from us, doesn't belong here, has no roots. Me? Yes, you, Tyndall of Clarn. You shall penetrate the ominous region of shadow until you reach the bright core of sunlight. And there, you shall slay the vile heart of evil. Me? Me? You're just like me. And they wanted me to slay you? They hated me because I was different. Oh, that's silly. You wouldn't do a thing like that. Of course not. But don't you see? they felt that I was a source of evil in their land, and they didn't want their land invaded by any more like me. Come on, Valana. And outside the perpetually yawning Leviathan. Don't you think these webs make beautiful garments, Tyndall? Yes, but we've more important matters to consider. We don't even have any place to go. But we have each other now, and perhaps we can find a place where the people won't hate us. In fact, I believe I can guide us to such a place. Yes, just beyond the swamp and the mountains. After that, there is a place for us. I'm sure of it. Tyndall pauses at the conviction in her voice. He will follow her to be sure, but he does not quite know why. Valana, there is light here at the core, but we are surrounded by dread darkness on every side, including the swamp and the mountains. Don't worry, Tyndall. I know the way out of darkness. But how? I don't know how. I know, but I do. I must have known before I went to sleep and woke up in the egg. Very well. And so Tyndall and Valana stepped from the core of sun into the region of shadow, from the bright light, into deep darkness. Well, you were right about the swamp being here, but I just hope you know where, oh, Tyndall, it's a swamp serpent. Swamp serpents, as I well known, are very hungry and even more vicious. Valana has every right to be alarmed. Tyndall, it's got me. Save me, Tyndall. Help me. And quick as jerky lightning, Tyndall stabs the murky waters until finally he comes up with the monster's tail. Hold on, Valana. Hold your breath, Valana, until I can knot its tail to the stump. And when the knot has been secured, Tyndall sloshes forward. All right, Valana, I'm coming now. When I stab it, I want you to run, Valana. Run while it chases me. And hope that I can run fast and far enough to get out of its reach. Slash. Saved by quick thinking and a gnarly stump. I knew you could do it, Tyndall. I had faith in you all along, even as a swamp serpent squeezed the breath from my body. Well, at least that makes one of us. But I must confess, Valana, there were a few moments there when I wasn't quite so sure. Excuse me. Far, far away in a place reeking of sorcery, the wizard of Grithstain and his faithful familiar Neuronus gaze into an extremely magical mirror, observing anything but reflections of themselves. Yes, he'll do very nicely, won't he, Neuronus? But being bored, the scrawny vulture does not begin to reply, and so, indeed, he'll suit our needs perfectly. Then, without a sound, Grithstain swivels away from the arcane mirror and streaks across the bizarre chamber. And what are our needs, Neuronus? A good question, eh? Our needs are many and varied, are they not? But they all boil down to the same alchemical brew. Youth. We need youth, Neuronus, mainly because we are ancient, you and I. So ancient that it becomes a pain in the crotchety spine just to walk these days, does it not? But receiving no reply, the wizened wizard swerves through a darkened doorway into the Kabbalistic confines of his insidious laboratory. Still lost youth can be found, Neuronus, found in the most unlikely of places. First, we need merely ignite the magical flame and transfer that flame to the stuff of which lackeys are made. Now we simply douse the primary flame. Wait until the sufficient amount of wax has melted and inhale. Finally, we mix the potion around until it achieves the proper molten consistency. And even Neuronus is impressed with the Grithstain's earning aim as he distributes the wax droplets to their positions of bedevilment. Next, the wizard passes his hands over the enscrolled arrangement, and when he winks, his left eye, a burning gemstone, is revealed, set in his withered eyelid. Uncanny power lances from the gem, focusing on each mound of wax in turn, filling them with magic and the ability to grow. To rise up swiftly, shaping masses, enlarging, transforming, until finally they stand hideous but obedient slaves to their sorcerer's creator and master. Go forth, my lackeys, to the mountain pass, and capture those who are vital to the restoration of my evaporated youth, Tyndall and Valana of Clarn. I shall observe your progress in the mirror of all sight. Now go. And as the wax emissaries trundle toward the darkness without. Grithstain returns to observe a far less gloomy scene. They have great fun together, Neuronus, but soon I shall be able to partake of all similar gamboling. He, he, he. I hope you're feeling better now, Tyndall, now that I've convinced you there's a place for us somewhere in WeirdWorld. And look, there's the path through the mountains. Once we get to the other side of the mountains, we'll be out of the region of shadow, and we can start looking for our new home. Maybe so, Valana, but I don't like it. It looks like sides of the mountains are melting, dripping into the pass, like the molten stuff which slides down from the mountains that spit fire. You're right, Tyndall. It is hot and sticky. I can't move. We're stuck, Tyndall. Not only that, Valana, but it looks like the stuff is growing. It's forming monsters. Stay back, Valana. I'll have to fight our way out of this. Feeling no pain, the molten lackeys say nothing. Their purpose, however, is clear, and Tyndall fights on. But despite the most valiant struggle of his short life, it soon becomes apparent that courage alone will not win this day. Too many of them, Valana. They're covering us. Glush. Squeezing our throats, choking us. Can't breathe. Within moments, both Tyndall and Valana slump into stillness. Grithstain's lackeys hoist them from their mire of molten wax, and silently they bear their unconscious captives towards the tunnel bored into the mountain. A tunnel whose far side opens into the same region of the shadow from which Tyndall and Valana had so recently escaped. Shuffling and oozing, the lackeys move deeper into the pool of light, emanating from the wick above Grithstain. An ominous quest awaits within. A long time passes before thoughts return to Tyndall's mind. They are fuzzy thoughts at first. And then, Valana, say something. Don't worry, Tyndall of Clarn. She is quite alive. Huh? Who are you? Grithstain, wizard of the region of shadow and lord of the future quest. Quest? I don't know what you're talking about, Grithstain, but if you've harmed Valana, I'll see that you pay for it, but good. Oh, no. No, indeed. That would never do, Ernorus. What? Shrek? Woo! Take one step closer, Tyndall, and I shall be forced to point at her heart, alas. No, you don't have to do that. I'll perform your quest. I'll do whatever you say. Just take your finger away and tell me what you want. Very well, Tyndall. Do you see this fair maiden shackled to my wall? Of course you do. And of course you can understand why I am as fond of her as you are fond of Valana. However, were I to lose her, changed, she would flee from the very sight of my aged flesh. Thus, the only way I can demonstrate my fondness for her is to rejuvenate my flesh, restore my youth. And the only way I can restore my youth is by bathing in the blood of an immortal dragon. Therefore, if you don't want your Valana shattered like the floor under your feet, you must slay a dragon and bring the blood back for my bath. Then, you didn't capture us because you hate us because you were different from everyone else. Of course not. Why should I hate you? My own fair maiden is from Clarn herself. I captured you only because I needed a vehicle for my return to the activities of youth. And if I complete this task for you, will you tell the others of WeirdWorld that we're good and that they needn't hate us? Yes, yes, if I must. Now come on outside. I'll show you where to find an immortal dragon. Up there, the realm of the Shadow Shapers in Clarn. That's Clarn up there. Yes, of course, you little dolt. You mean to tell me you didn't know where the realm of Shadow Shapers is? No, I guess I just never thought to look up. Then where did you think the region of the shadow came from? Didn't you ever wonder how the core of region of shadow could be filled with bright sunlight if it weren't due to the ring-shaped island in the sky? No, I guess I didn't wonder too much. Don't wonder too much. Incredibly stupid. Is he not Neuronus? Here, dolt, take this sword and this leather and pouch for the dragon's blood. The pouch is made from the hide of a demon's, thrice damned, and will allow none of the precious fluid to seep through. I see. But one thing bothers me, Gridstone. How do I get up there? Details, details. It's very simple, little dolt. You shall ride the ground. Until ground joins ground. Eh, Neuronus? Going too fast, and there's so little to hold on to. The worst of Tyndall's plight, however, is yet to be realized. Although blessed ignorance is far too short-lived. Oh, no, I'm going straight up. Why didn't he aim for the hole in the center? At this rate, I'm going to smash right into the bottom of the smooch, and abruptly, ground joins ground. Even so, the top surface of the ring-shaped island in the sky shows that Tyndall's upward journey is not yet completed until, thought I was going to smother in all the dirt or get crushed, as credit to Gressin's finesse. The platform of ground does not cease levitating until it has neatly plugged the hole created by the passage of Tyndall's body. There's a whole new world up here. I'm sure to find a dragon here somewhere, and then after I've rescued Valana, I'll start thinking about a way to free that poor girl chained to the wall. Gristone says he's not evil, but I'm not too sure about. Huh? What's that? Sounds like chanting coming from over there. Perhaps I'd better go listen. Hear us, you lowly servants and worshippers. We gather tonight to make offerings in your name, to appease the hunger of your eternal spirit. We gather to offer sacrifice of your changer to the Supreme One, to you, the Almighty Dragon God, who rules our lives and permits us to, excuse me, but I heard you say something about a dragon god, and I'm wondering if you could help me. Do you know where I might find an ordinary dragon, not a god or anything, just an immortal one? Who is he? Yes, who are you to commit blasphemy in such a foul manner? How dare you disrupt a highly sacred ritual? Wait a moment. If this is Clarn, and I'm from Clarn, why don't you have pointed ears like me? Silence, you sacrilegious interloper. Don't you realize that yon changer must be sacrificed to the dragon god? Her? Sacrificed? Oh, no, you don't. I don't know. What a changer is that? But this girl does have pointed ears, just like Valana and me. So if there's any sacrifice to be done, it'll be done over my broken sword. Now get back, heathen dragon worshippers. No monster is going to eat this girl, not while I'm still alive. Attack, slay him before the dragon god appears. The battle erupts in flashing steel and shouting savagery, but Tyndall is prepared to fight till the end, never expecting the end to come so soon. Look, he's coming. Flee, flee for your lives. Huh? They're all afraid of me? So soon? Crash, thrash, thump. Uh-oh. Guess it's not me they're afraid of. Because from the sounds of crashing in the underbrush, I'll bet there really is a dragon god. Come on, girl. We've got to get out of here before you get eaten. Up this mountain beyond reach of the dragon's neck, I hurry. Hurry, girl. Why are you slowing down? And why is your skin tingling? Answer me, girl. I said, why? Wow. You're not a girl anymore. You're a swamp serpent. No wonder they called you Changer. And I walked right into your trap. What a fool I've been this time, perhaps. But fate has its own ways. And fate decrees that the dragon should strike instant before the swamp serpent would have done the same. Flames belched forth, distracting the swamp serpent from Tyndall's easy death. Amishing both monsters in a far more vicious game of death. The conclusion is swift, the dragon triumphant, and although Tyndall could easily escape while the dragon is busy with its meal, he chooses not to do so. For this is the precise moment when Tyndall of Clarn passes from the station of innocent youth to that of reluctant but worldly wise man. The creature suspects nothing. Sorry I have to do this, but you can't just go around eating people, and the dragon is slain. Besides, if I'm going to rescue Valana and that other poor girl, I need your blood. Excellent. In Otis, the little dolt has succeeded, and once the pouch is filled, he'll be pulled back here, through the mirror. Then we can slay both him and... What? No, not you, not my fair maiden. It can't be. I had no idea you were... The rest of a long and loud scream. And moments later, Valana, are you all right? I heard a scream. It was Grithstain. The girl changed Tyndall ripped her chains right off the wall. And she ate him. Ate him? Then she was a changer too. And this whole quest was all for nothing? No, Tyndall, it was a sign of an omen. And we learned a lesson from it. We've learned that there is no easy way to acceptance. We can't stop people from hating us, but merely doing what they want. We can't buy their favors. We can only do what we know is right and hope for the best. Guess you're right, Valana, and at least we know where Clarn is now. Maybe we can find a way back up there again. Yes, and if they want to hate us there too, then let them hate us. We'll always have each other. And what else could anyone possibly need? Thus for Tyndall and Valana of Clarn, the end is only a beginning. In either way, a very happy moment for both of them. Fiend. And that is the end of that. Well, I hope you could even understand that with my bad cold that I have. That was Marvel Comics Group. Weird World, number 38, 30 cents, back in 1977. Once again, this book is available on my eBay page, papas-comic-books, if you want it. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a thumbs down, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, tell me what's wrong, whatever you want, okay? And as I always say...
That was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.